Hold on, where you at? Hey there, future fellow weirdo of the flock. I don't know what the hell is happening, so hold on 1 second. Yeah, just shut that off. Hey there, future fellow weird ass black sheep. Wook, wook, wook. Ah, you have narrowly escaped bizarre world. Definitely flew over the Twilight Zone. There was a girl.
I love it! You guys are so great!
You got to the fork in the road and took the right. It rolls right into the most offensive church this side of the universe, the Porty Pit. We come for you. Woo. Ah. And what we do here in this most amazing place, we read this great ass book. God got that. Because God did not fucking say that. This is God's unofficial biography. Das Bible, as read by yours truly, the Saint of Awesome, your Superstone Sage, Saint Nikki Kesselgriff. Yeah, so come this way. I have everything you need, including trash in case you need trash. I have coffee, cigarette, cannabis, chair with your name on it, cat bed, and canine spades. So, welcome. So, we are on a new book. We are on chapter 3 of Jeremiah. So, not exactly, I can't quite remember. Huh. Well, because yesterday, okay, so this prophet has been prophet for 4 generations of kings of Judah. And I guess all throughout these 4 generations, he's been telling them stuff. Okay? We haven't read the full story, so I don't exactly know what he told them and when he told them. But this is the last time he's telling them. And then God's like, oh, yeah, I remember. God told him, don't be scared of these rat snakes. They're not going to hurt you before I hurt them. That's exactly what happened. Because Jeremiah is scared. And he tries to tell God that he's too young. And then God's like, no, you're not. You're how old I tell you you are. And you're not young because that's a stupid excuse. So you're doing this. And I know these people are scary. Like, I know they're scary and stuff, but don't be scared of them because they suck and I'm going to let you know. Oh, wow. So, come on and we'll find out what more happens. Hey, Muddy. Hi, Ricky. Hi, Muddy. Hi, Mad Preacher. It is so good to see you guys. Yeah, that's pretty hot. It was warm today here as well. It was warm. I actually went outside. Um, yeah. So we're going to get on to chapter 3. Oh, before that, I want to say the kind of stupid thing that I did today, although I don't really know if it was stupid, but I feel stupid for doing it because I have no business doing it. But I text messaged a wrestler that I have no idea who he is. His name is Mr. Kennedy. He has a YouTube channel. But I was watching a different YouTube channel. I was watching Maven because I always watch Maven for some reason. I was in jail when he was a wrestler, so I don't even know that guy. But I watch him. Anyway, this other wrestler called Mr. Kennedy was on his channel. And he gave out his phone number. Like, if you're interested in wrestling, text me. And I said, well, I'm not interested in wrestling. So 2 or 3 hours go by, and I went back and watched the Maven's YouTube, and I screenshotted that guy's phone number, and I texted it. Not interested in wrestling. I just want you to tell you to be well and have a good day. Is what I text message this wrestler that I have no idea. I don't even know if he's a good wrestler, but I text messaged him for no reason. He never text messaged me back. He probably looked at it and was like, what the fuck? Who is this? Like, delete. Dustin said maybe you'll have a bad day and think about it. I don't know. But I don't even know why I text message this wrestler I've never even heard of. Be well and have a great day. What kind of idiot does that? That's like a troll thing to do. But I wasn't even trolling. I don't know why I did it, but I did it. And I have had God bought the Party Pen coffee. Look, I woke up this morning and I got a lawsuit settlement from Facebook. $35. I didn't even know I was going to get this settlement. I thought it was a prank. But I got it. $35. And that was God buying the Party Pen coffee and cigarettes. Although Dustin bought the cigarettes, God bought the coffee and candy. Yep, sure did. And tomorrow, when my money from my mom comes, she sent me $20. I'm buying laundry soap and trash bags. Gonna have so much fun. Let's get to the Bible. Hey, I wanted to tell you what I did. Give me a minute to, uh, see if anybody else is coming. Be patient with me. Put me on 2 times speed. I talk fast. But I just wanted to say what I did. I texted a random wrestler, and God bought the Party Pen coffee and protein powder. I got protein powder. Okay, man. All right, so we're going to get to Das Bible. I was wondering, Debs was live this morning. So I'm wondering if she's doing good. Neil was also there this morning on Deb's channel. I was only there for a second though. I didn't stay. I went to Oh, did you? How was it? I haven't been to either of them ever. I I didn't go to the funerals of either of them. But I think I was in prison when Andy died. Yes, I did see that. I did see that, which is why I think that's cue to get back to the Bible, Nikki. I'm getting back to the Bible, chapter 3 of Jeremiah. They say if a man divorces his wife and she goes from him and becomes another man's, may he return to her again? Would not that land be greatly polluted? But you have played the harlot with many lovers, yet return. Oh, this was in God voice. Oh, I'm terrible. I need to pay attention.
Damn. Okay. Now, they say if a man divorces his wife and she goes from him and becomes another man, may he return to her again? Would not that land be greatly polluted? But you have played the harlot with many lovers, yet return to me, says the Lord. Lift up your eyes to the desolate heights and see where you have not lain with men. Ooh, look, that's like being in a room, like with multiple people, but you've at least slept with 10 of them. Like, who in that room haven't you slept with? Mostly the women. It's usually my answer. Mostly the women I didn't sleep with. But God's telling these people who name them by name. Huh. Who? Okay. Anyway, by the road you have set for them, like an Arabian in the wilderness, and you have polluted the land with your bullshit. Therefore, the showers that you have will from now on be golden. I'm gonna piss all over you. Look, you're making me mad. Anyway, I ain't gonna give you no water. Yeah, I'm gonna piss on you. I'm gonna be like R. Kelly. Look, don't play with me. And there has been no latter rain. You have had a I don't even know what's happening. Look. You have the forehead of a hose bag. What does that even mean? Your forehead looks like a hoe. Look. God, what kind of insult is this? Listen, what does that even mean? You have of a harlot's forehead. You refuse to be ashamed. Will you not from this time cry to me, "Oh, Daddy, I need a house, fix my car"? Yeah, listen, Father, you are the guide of my youth. Will he remain angry forever? Will he keep it to the end? Some of us hope so. Some of us hope he fucking paid you back. Look, look, I don't know. Behold, you have spoken and done evil things as you were able. Okay. Then, no, sorry.
That, the Lord also said to me, in the days of Josiah the king.
Okay. My balloon. My balloon.
Okay. So, have you seen what backsliding is these terrible ass fucking people have done? They're worse than Indian givers. Look, they sold their land for a cow. That's their fault. Look, what's happening? No one knows. Okay. Anyway, she has gone up on every high mountain and under every green tree and with a hose bag. And, and I said, after she had done all these things, return to me. But she did not return. And her treacherous sister Judah saw it. Then I saw that for all the causes for which backsliding these terrible ass people do, and they committed adultery, I have put her away, and I don't give a shit. And I even divorced her. Yet, her treacherous sister, Judah, did not fear, but also became a hose bag. So it came to pass through her casual harlotry, only on the weekends, that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and trees. That's weird, anyway. And yet, for all this, her treacherous sister, Judah, has not turned to me with her whole heart, but in presence. Backsliding Indian giver is these fucking terrible people have shown herself more righteous than her sister, Judah. Go and proclaim these words toward the north and say, "Hey, you terrible ass Indian giving ass Israel, I will not cause my anger to fall on you, for I am merciful. I will not remain angry forever." Time out. Why not? Look, I don't know. Only acknowledge your iniquity. Well, acknowledge me. I am Roman Reigns. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. But Roman Reigns did. He was like, acknowledge me. Anyway. So, talk about all the shit you did that you have transgressed against God and have scattered your charms to, oh, yeah, you may teach on God under every green tree, and you have not obeyed my voice, says the Lord. Why is it so long? Man, it's so long. I talk so much, me, God, right now in God voice. Man, why do I say so much? I'm always talking, and nobody's ever listening. Man, maybe that's why I talk so much, because no one's gonna listen anyway. I don't know. But I'm gonna finish talking, damn it. Return, you terrible ass kids, for I am married to you. Why? It's because of that promise he made a long time ago when he was super excited and so friendly and like Abe was his best friend and they had such a good time. And then God was like, "You're mine forever." And then it turns out these people suck and are ruining God's life. And he tolerates it because loyalty. Even though he's told him a bunch of times he's going to divorce him, but never does. God's scared to move forward. But I'm telling you, us over here, your adopted children, we picked you. You can always come here. Always. So, anyway, now, God's like, I'm married to you. I will take you, one, from a city, two, from a family, and I will bring you to Zion, city of David, and I will give you shepherds according to my heart, who will feed you with knowledge and understanding. Yay, that's me! Yeah, they think you get the grit. No, it's not. It might be, but I don't know that for sure. But I'm filling you with things. Might not be the right things, but I'm definitely filling you with things. Yay, I'm doing the Lord's work. Look at me do good job. Yeah, I do good job. Okay. Then it shall come to pass when you are multiplied, increase in the land in those days, that they will say no more. The ark, oh, yeah, they won't talk about God's suitcase chair no more. It shall not come to mind, nor will they remember my awesome ass suitcase chair. Look, look, that took a lot of work. And it took a long time to make my suitcase chair because it was very specific and had my diary in it and everything. But you guys are going to forget about it because it was pretty and you let the Philistines get it, boil it down anyway. So I guess it doesn't really matter, but you're not going to remember my awesome ass suitcase chair. Okay. 14, and you won't, and my suitcase there. What is happening? It shall not come to mind, nor shall they remember it, nor shall they visit it, nor shall it be made any more. Yeah, well, you know what? That thing was really big anyway, and nobody's really going to be able to fit in it but me. It was very large, and it didn't have a cushioned seat. It was all gold. So if you're human and you sit on it, you're going to get hemorrhoids. So anyway, it's better that you don't make it. It's unhealthy for you. Yeah, I said it. What? Okay. At the time, Jewland shall be called to the throne, and all the nations shall be gathered to the name of the Lord, to Jewland. No more shall they follow the dictates of their evil heart. In those days, the house of Judah will walk with these terrible ass people, and they shall come together like butt cheeks out of the land of the north to the land that I have given to inheritance to your father. But then I was like, I was talking to myself. I was talking to myself. Wait, no. What is happening? No one fucking knows. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I was talking to myself and I said, how can I put you among the children and give you a pleasant land, a beautiful heritage of the host of the nation? You shall call me the father. I'm just kidding. Look, that I'm the father shit, Tony Podesta. Look, that was the most traumatizing thing I have ever seen in my life. And if you were ever a part of Q, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm the father. I can't get over it. And every time I see that, I'm like, I automatically go back there and it's terrible. But anyway, you shall call me my father and not turn away from me. Surely, as a wife treacherously departs from her husband, oh, have you dealt treacherously with me? Oh, terrible ass fucking people. A voice was heard on the desolate height, weeping and supplication of these terrible ass people, for they have perverted their way on purpose. They have forgotten the Lord their God, because I'm not shiny enough. Return, you terrible ass fucking Indian giver, and I will heal your backsliding. Big guy, big guy, you're not that lonely. You're not that lonely, man. You don't have to tolerate this from these people. Again, I'm arguing in hindsight. Doesn't really matter now because it already happened. So I'm like psychoanalyzing the past, man. But I'm just saying, you know, God, you don't have to. But I'm sure he's rolling in his eyes at me like, bitch, shut up, get to reading. But it's like, God, man, this is so sad. This hurts my feelings. because it's like, oh, he doesn't even have to do that. This is like reading an abuse script, like reading how abusers are and what happens in the victim mentality. It's like you can't do nothing without the antagonizer. Like you're being abused, you need the abuser to live. And I feel so bad for God. I just, I feel so bad for God. Okay. Indeed, we do come to you. Come and I will heal your land. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Okay. Okay. Indeed, we do come to you, for you are the Lord, our God. Truly, in vain is salvation, hoped for from the hill, from the multitude of the mountains. Truly, in the Lord, our God, is the salvation of us terrible ass people. For shame has devoured the labor of our fathers from our youth, their flocks, their herds, their sons and daughters. We lie down in our shame, and our reproach covers us, for we have sinned against the Lord, our God. We and our Father, from our youth, even to this day, we have not obeyed the voice of God.
Okay. That's the end of that chapter. So, what does everyone think? Okay. So let me go back in chat and read because I can't see any of that. Okay, let me go all the way back up here. Okay, you went to the grave. Did you see? Yep, I did. Went oh, yeah. Sorry, Miss Muddy. I got a lot on the Bible. Yeah, Ricky, that's why I don't fit in at church. That's why I made my own church. Okay. And you guys can have potty mouth at my church. So, Ricky, did you hear what I said? I got the Facebook lawsuit settlement today. It was $35. Yep. Yeah. But I feel like the whole repentance thing is like one of those regret things. If you regret it, you should repent for it. Because remember in the beginning of the book, well, when they start making sacrifice rules in Exodus, remember the sacrifice rules? You only got to sacrifice if you think what you're doing is bad. If you just do it, like just do it, then you just do it and you don't have to sacrifice for it. Unless you're doing it and don't know you're doing it, and then somebody's like, hey, you're doing that, then you have to go sacrifice for it. But if you stand on what you're doing, you never had to sacrifice for it. You just had to do your daily sacrifice thing, but you didn't have to make extra sacrifices. Like a lot of people, they would just, everything they would do would need a sacrifice. And then other people are like, I don't care. And then God's like, I don't care either. Because if you know what you're doing, then you don't, you only have to sacrifice if you're not paying attention. That, I think that's what it was when we read it. It was really, you only had to sacrifice if you weren't paying attention. So I think that's like the whole repentance thing. If you regret it, you should repent for it. Now, I'm not saying everybody should do that. I don't know if it's right or not. But I do know that the original sacrifice rules were pretty much, if you're not paying attention, you have to sacrifice until you start paying attention. We'll get to it and I'll point it out. Again, I can't tell you where things are in the Bible, but I know I read it. And I know it. You know what I mean? But Miss Muddy, you would know. I gave up laundry for Lent. I gave up schoolwork for Lent one time. Yeah. Yeah. I would give up dishes for Lent. Like, God, have my dirty dishes, big guy. You gave up angry? Uh-huh. No, if you give up something like laundry for Lent, it's not like you'll accidentally do laundry. You know? Like, I'm sorry, God, I slipped and fell on these dirty clothes. So I had to put them in the washer. That's not going to happen. So, you know, give up something like that so it's easy and you can stay committed to it. I I usually fast all day from breakfast until dinner. But I drink coffee like all dolled up. But that's usually like the only thing I drink for like fucking 8 or 9 hours until Dustin comes home and feeds me. I'm like a giant fucking baby. I can't even feed myself. I can't cook my own food. Lent is 40. It's to break bad habits, but yeah, look. Yeah, okay. See, I thought Lent was like 2 or 3 days. I can't give up laundry for 40 days. And really, I don't even know what Lent is. I just made that shit up. But when I hear about it, it's like, yeah, I gave up laundry. Like, I gave up homework. Okay, so, oh shit. Okay, this, okay, yeah, I don't know. Okay, ah, all right. We're into chapter 4, and then I can't do no more.
If you will return to me, terrible ass people, return to me. And if you put away your keychain gods, then you shall not be moved, and you shall swear, the Lord lives in truth, in judgment, in righteousness. The nations shall bless themselves in him, and in him they shall glory. And uh, I'm going to tell the men of Judah and Jewland, break up your fallow ground. Do not sow among the thorns. Circumcise yourselves to the Lord. Cut off the tips of your dick. Oh, wait, nope. I lied. Okay. Circumcise yourself and take away the foreskin of your heart. Where's my phone? Shit. Okay. I'm supposed to be ending my video. That was my alarm to end my video. Oops. Okay. So, cut off the tip of your heart, right? And you men of Judah, inhabitants of Jewland, lest my fury come forth like fire and burn so that no one can quench it because of the evil of your doing. Declare in Judah and proclaim in Jewland and say, blow the trumpet because I want a party. No, that's not what it says. Blow the trumpet in the land. Cry, gather together, assemble yourselves, and let us go into fortified cities. Set up this standard towards Zion, city of David, and take refuge. Do not delay, for I will bring disaster from the north and great destruction. Yeah. The lion has come from his thicket, and the destroyer of nations on his way. He has gone forth from his place to make your land desolate. Your cities will be laid waste without a habitant. For this clothed itself in a t-shirt diaper, lament and wail. For the fierce anger of the Lord has not turned back from us. And it shall come to pass in that day that the heart of the king shall perish, and the heart of the princess and the priest shall be astonished, and the prophet shall wonder. Then, oh, wait,
Then I said, oh, God, look, really, surely you have greatly deceived these terrible ass people and Jewland, saying, you shall have peace, whereas the sword reaches to the heart. At that time, it will be said to this people and to Jewland, a dry wind of the death. Oh, wait, hold on.
at that time it will be said to this people and Juland, a dry wind of the desolate heights blows in the wilderness toward the daughter of my people, not to fan or to cleanse. A wind too strong for thee will come for me. Now I will also speak judgment against them. Behold, he shall come up like clouds, and his chariots like a whirlwind. His horses are swifter than eagles. Woe to us, for we are plundered, O Jewland. Wash your hearts from wickedness, that you may be saved. How long shall your evil thoughts lodge within you? For a voice declares from Dan and proclaims affliction from Mount Ephraim. Make mention to the nation. Yes, proclaim against Jewland that watchers come from a far country and raise their voice against Judah. Like keepers of the field, they are against her all around because she has been rebellious against me. Your way and your doing have procured these things for you. This is your wickedness because it is bitter, because it reaches to your heart. Oh, my soul, my soul. I am pained in my very heart. My heart makes a noise within me. It's like a Lego rattling in tin. My heart makes a noise. I cannot hold my peace because it's fucking annoying. Because you have heard, oh my soul, and the sound of the trumpet, the alarm of war, destruction, destruction. For the whole land is plundered. Suddenly, my tents are plundered, and my curtains in a moment. How long will I see the standard and hear the sound of the trumpet? I thought that was your favorite instrument. What do you mean? I thought we partied to the trumpet. What's happening? Why doesn't God like the trumpet anymore? What's happening? No one knows. What's happening? I don't know. For my people are foolish. They have not known me. They are silly children. Yeah, except for they do it on purpose. And they have no understanding because they don't want it. And they are wise to do evil. But to do good, they have no knowledge because it's hard to do the right thing. It's hard to do the right thing. I beheld the earth, and indeed it was without form and void, and the heavens they had no light. Yeah, God was really creeped out about that. Me, God, right now, God, and God voice. I was totally freaked out by the dark. It was way too dark for no real reason. It was a real problem. Okay, I had no light. I beheld the mountain, and indeed they trembled, and the hills moved back and forth. I beheld, and indeed there was no man, and all the birds of heaven fled. I beheld, and indeed the fruitful land was a wilderness, and its cities were broken down. At the very presence of the Lord by his fierce anger. Like the whole land shall be desolate, yet I will not make a full end. For this shall the earth mourn, and the heavens above be blessed, because I have spoken. I have proposed, and I will not relent, for I will turn back from it. The whole city shall flee from the noise of the horse and bowman. They shall go into the thicket and climb the rocks. Every city shall be forsaken, and not a man shall dwell in it. And when you are plundered, what will you do? Though you clothe yourself with crimson, though you adorn yourself with ornaments of gold, though you enlarge your eyes with paint, like you're Jeff Hardy or something, in vain you will make yourself fair. But I'll kick you right off that ladder into that table. Your lovers will despise you. They will seek your life. Probably because you deserve it. For I have heard a voice as of a woman in labor, the anguish as of her who brings forth her first child, the voice of the daughter of Zion, city of David, bewailing herself. She spreads her hands, saying, woe is me now, for my soul is weary because of murder. Okay. Okay.
Okay, we're going to end right there. Chapter 5 was where we'll pick up tomorrow. So, thank everybody for watching. on the 40th day, it's 420. Yeah, that would be some shit. Give up weed for 40 days just to smoke it on the last day. Okay, so what does everybody think? I'm gonna roll this last cigarette. This coffee sucks. I need to learn to make better coffee. Well, the coffee's good. I just didn't add anything really to it, and it's gotten cold. Lent ends on Easter. Oh. Yeah, real Resurrection Day is on 420. Man, yeah. That'd be so. Smoke a blunt for dead Jesus. No, smoke a joint for naked zombie Jesus. Yeah. I'll smoke a blunt for naked zombie Jesus. Yeah. I love that guy. The modern Christians are still like the Christians of old. Believe it. They still won't let a person who looks homeless in dirty clothes hang out at their church. They still will spend the money people tithe to them on something other than the church or someone else. Modern day Christians are not very different from the old school Christians. They just know how to fake it better. But I need to quit talking shit about, well, that part of Christianity anyway, because I don't really hang out with New Age God people that much. I'm just assuming that they suck because all Christians suck. Because all of them are very judgmental. For a group of people that say they're not judgmental, they are the worst. Yeah, yeah, I can be too. That is true. But that's what I said the other day. What makes me different than, well, other than I'm not a Christian, I'm not a pagan, I'm not really a Jew, I'm just like God's friend. And I want to read the book of his abuse. But what really makes me different than any of those people? Nothing. So I can't really talk shit about them, and I've learned that the hard way. Yes. Yeah, the really judgy ones are shitty ass people. No matter how much they say they love Jesus, they are shitty fucking people. And again, I'm no different than them, and I need to remind myself of that because I've been known to accept money from my congregation, which is you guys, and I spend it. I spend it on cat and raccoon food, but I still spend it. Not upgrading my church. So I'm no different than them, and I should not talk shit about them for at least that, you know, that whole taking money thing. Yeah. But again, I can't. Well, really, I can't really say anything. Some of the shit that I read in this book that God said, a lot of these other religions do that. Like, God didn't say don't do that. Because everything they do, God's like, don't do that. But they do it like God's like, oh yeah, he told us to do this. Like, no, he didn't. He said specifically, don't do that. Or when people of certain religions write books, and then all the books they write is literally revelation. Yes. Yeah, well, if you're going to drink beer, you should at least, tell your people, look, I'm leaving here and drinking a beer. Nobody should have a problem with that. Like, let the old man drink a fucking beer, man. But if it goes a little far, you probably shouldn't let him drink a beer. But God never had a problem with beer drinking or wine drinking. There was only sometimes he said, "Don't have heavy drinks," but he made a party like every 3 weeks. There's a festival that they don't have to work and they can just get drunk for days on end. So I don't know why any religion is like, don't drink beer. God's like, drink all the wine and have all the parties. But then there's one party that they can't do anything and they got to be really sad for like a whole day. They got to be so depressed. That's in sometime in July, I think. Yeah, fuck it. Just let them do it because, you know, God probably. I look, I don't know where God ever said don't drink beer, except for at specific times. He's like, no heavy drink. But other than that, God don't give a shit. Jesus even got people drunk. Like, he was real mad about it, but he still did it. Well, no, they shouldn't drink on duty, but after they get off work, you know. Because think about it in the Bible. When the dudes came in from herding the sheep, what did they do? They ate dinner, got drunk, and went to bed. And then they got up and did it again. The only thing there is to do after herding sheep all day and stuff is get drunk. But they are hiding it. Yeah, you probably shouldn't hide it. You don't need to. God didn't say anything about drinking alcohol. Like, that's all these people do is drink alcohol. Literally all they do. But these people get the violent, angry kind of drunk. Or, no, they get white girl wasted. That's exactly what they do. They get drunk and sleep with everybody, which is a real problem that I have had in the past. That's why I can't get drunk because I get white girl wasted. Like I get stupid drunk. Yeah, all kinds of stupid drunk. And yeah, and I feel like that's how these people are. And then God is the sober one sitting there like, my girlfriend is so embarrassing. Or when I broke out of that white girl wasted phase and I got with Dustin, I'm an embarrassing drunk. Do you ever see that video of the drunk girl crawling down the street to find McDonald's? And then her boyfriend is walking behind her, trying to pull her up by her dress, but she wants chicken nuggets, so she's gonna crawl to McDonald's. Yeah, that's me. I will crawl to McDonald's drunk as shit for some chicken nuggets. Yep, that's me. That's why I can't drink. And the other day, when I was drinking on my medicine and trying to find my third nipple, that is real life. I don't even have a third nipple. But I get stupid drunk, man. Way stupid drunk. You gotta stay away from people like that. Stay away from people like that. Especially Christian. Especially. And really any kind of God people. And I say terrible ass God people, and it's not even as a joke. I'm dead serious. God people are fucking terrible. And it's because their interpretation Well, the interpretation of the Bible that they've heard their whole life is God will get mad for this, God will get mad for that. God is the biggest fucking partier in this whole Bible. And he doesn't get drunk. He just likes to have a good time. But his people get drunk and they get white girl wasted. But yet, the people that read this book are like, no, God will hate that. It's like, God, God don't hate that. God will tolerate it. But if you just keep poking your finger in his chest, he's gonna break it. So, it do what you do, but do it um, gracefully and with respect and reverence for the Lord. As long as, like, the Lord not embarrassing God, that's the thing. You can't embarrass God. But these people are like the drunk girl crawling down the street to get McDonald's chicken nuggets. Just completely embarrassing. So if you're not completely embarrassing, I don't think God really cares what you do. Just don't be embarrassing and always keep Him on your mind. You don't got to go worship a tree because you're drunk. You can get drunk with God and play the trumpet. Yeah, see, and that's the other thing. Social justice is not a God thing. As a matter of fact, social justice warriors are the people God tells you to stay away from. Yep. But I think God is more chill than Christians give him credit for. I don't think God's into micromanaging. I don't think he micromanages at all. I think as long as you're not poking him in the chest, you know, like getting all drunk and in his face and pissing him off on purpose, God ain't gonna even bother you. So what am I? You're a duck. Miss Muddy, you're a duck. And you already said what you are. You're a candy coated Christian. And you don't judge anybody, Miss Muddy. You literally sent me clothes because I dress bad. I think that's pretty awesome. I don't know. But I do dress bad. And those clothes you sent me are fantastic. I'm wearing that sweater, one of those sweaters right now, as a matter of fact. And I kind of feel like a Native American Mr. Rogers. Yeah, Miss Muddy is a duck. What do you think you are, Muddy? Don't you know that you are a shooting star?
Don't you know? Oh, don't you know that you are a shooting star? shining star. I sang that for you, Miss Mud Dog. I'm Gatorati. Buy my CD. Yeah, I got a mixtape. Yeah. Well, where'd you go? I sang her a song and she left. That's not right. I'm Gatorati and I sang you a solo. Yeah, and I didn't even rap it. Are you a horse with no name? I've been to the desert on a horse with no name. Felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no something to give you any something or other. Yeah. And I played the trumpet in school. See? See? You need to go up on the mountain and blow a trumpet and ask God to help America. Like, bah, bah, bah. Big guy, help America. Yeah, just like that. Do it in God voice, he'll appreciate it. I don't know that to be true. But you should blow a trumpet just by yourself one day on the mountain. And then be like, God, help America. Play him a pretty swing song. Like, don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do-a, 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 do-a. Dun, 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 dun. Uh, uh, uh. Yeah, just like that. Do it. But anyway, I'm getting way too hyper for myself. Um, and I think Dustin went to bed already. I don't know. Um, what are you guys thinking about doing? Should we say goodnight? Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. Took a midnight train going anywhere. Just a city girl living in a lonely world. Took a midnight train going anywhere. Man, I want to take a midnight train. I've never been on a midnight train. But what if it was a midnight train to Georgia? Man, that'd be terrifying. Man, I don't know. That'd be terrifying. Yeah. No, no, wait. It would be really sad. I had to remember for a second which song I was singing. Yeah. On the midnight train to Georgia, leaving on the midnight. Yeah, that's not a sad song. Well, it's kind of a sad song because isn't she leaving her boyfriend for a career? I don't know if I could leave my boyfriend for a career. I'm gonna be like, Dustin, I'm leaving you so I can pursue Das Biblet. He would be so mad. Okay, hold on. Have you seen the videos of people trying to? No, but that sounds interesting. Okay. Anyway, I'm done talking myself now. So, Miss Talenti ice cream. Okay. Well, we'll look that up. Well, I'll look that up when we get off here. But okay, let's go ahead and go to bed. So, everyone, it's time to give the pillows some head and the sheets some ass and have the sweetest dreams ever. Love you so much. Good night.
All right, good night, guys. I love you. Press like and subscribe.